so I just ran an end. I just did some B-roll, so I did it in slow motion and stuff just to get some cool footage. I'm going to run you through the bow. TRX 34, like I said earlier, 34-inch axle to axle, which is the length of the bow. It's 60 pounds, it's 28.5-inch draw. I've got the Hamsky Hunter Trinity Pro drop away rest, so it sits down on there, and then once the bow gets pulled back, the rest rises, and then as soon as the arrow fires, the rest drops, so then you're not getting any arrow drag on the rest itself. I've got the Excel Achieve XP sight bar, the UltraView 3 scope. I love this setup. I think it works well. When I'm shooting well, it works well for me. Specialty Iridium peep, I think it is. I tend to like running my bar, my sight housing bar, closer. You can have it further away or closer in. I find that the closer in it lines up for my peep easier, because essentially what you've got is you've got your scope hole and your peep hole, and if they're not quite aligned correctly, you're not actually aiming down your scope the same. It's like if you line up an iron sight on a gun. If you aimed it like that, you're obviously not going to be shooting straight. You want to line them up, so you've got to get these holes perfectly aligned in order to get your shot the same every time. The arrows I'm shooting at the moment are Eastern Pro Comps. They are 488 grains, but I've been shooting these ones. These are also Pro Comps, but these are like 360 grain, 350 grain, I think. No, 340, there we go, got it right. With the 3 fletch, and then I've got a 4 fletch, which these are 360 grain, so a little bit heavier. When I'm shooting out here, they shoot fine, but when I was paper tuning them, they weren't paper tuning great. I had to change around my D-loop on my bow. Your D-loop is this part here that you put your release on, and then you fire from there. Just, you have to kind of line it up with the rest, and I was getting some dodgy tears, which meant that my arrow wasn't coming out of the bow correctly. I'll explain it in a different video, but essentially you paper tune from like 5 yards, maybe, if even that, in order to just see how the bow is shooting straight away. Because if I had a dodgy arrow from 5 yards and I shot it down here, I can completely miss the target because the arrow's not coming out of the bow straight. So you want to get a perfect bullet hole, which I'll put in the video now because I've got a photo of the bullet hole I got. You want that in order to see that the bow is shooting straight from the bow straight away, because then you know any inconsistencies down there is to do with you, or obviously like factors of wind and such. But yeah, you just want to make sure your bow's shooting straight. So yeah, cool.